Been a hard day. Got rid of another pig. I only got one left. Big Mama's left now. And as soon as there's room for her in the ice box, that's where she's going to go. So that took the better part of a day. Big job dealing with a big animal like that if you do it yourself. I don't mind doing it. Saves a ton of money. It costs $300 to kill and clean a pig and have it butchered. More than $300 really for a 200-pound pig. So it's barely worth it. I did it a few times and it was just, yeah, it was a ridiculous amount of money. So I do it myself now and it's a big job, but it's worth it. Save a lot of money for 3 hours, 4 hours work of dealing with that. And just kicking back now, I think it's time to show you a little bit of forging. So I'm going to continue on with the series of pointing bars and what you can do with them. There's dozens of different things you can make after you've pointed a bar. You can go a lot of different directions. I'm just going to show you a couple traditional things. You know, one is ornamental work and one is blade. So I'm going to show you how to make basically the end of a blade, a short blade about 4 inches long, with a piece of 1/2 inch round bar. If it was a tool steel or a hard steel of some kind, it would take a little more time to forge into this shape, so keep that in mind. You can get tool steel just as soft as mild steel, but you don't want to get it that hot. Wreck the properties in the metal, so you have to be very careful of what temperatures you forge at using tool steels. But I just want to show you the technique and how quickly you can do something even in one heat. Even in 2 heats with tool steel, you should be able to make a basic knife blade. That's not including the rest of the knife, you know, and the work. That's where the real work comes in. Anybody that just bangs a knife out of something, piece of steel, and says there's a knife, well, they're full of shit. It's not a knife. Knife is mostly in the decorative part of it, in my opinion. And yeah, so here goes. Here's a knife. Okay, so first we put our diamond. And I'm going to draw a little bit. Not much. Now I'm going to do a knife blade. So the way I like to do it, first I flatten it out, then I go to the edge of the anvil and hit this side of the blade. So that's just the beginning of a blade. So essentially in one heat you can do a short blade. That's pointing it, tapering it. It's almost down to the point where you could just file it now and turn it into a crude knife. Now if you're doing a proper finely forged knife, well of course you'd take a lot more time and care. Just showing you what can be done rather quickly if you got the energy to do it that. So now we're going to show you a little scroll work, something from the ornamental world, and how quickly you can do a little scroll, and they come out pretty nice. This is again is a 1/2 inch round bar, and here you go. So that's a long taper. You can see how I draw it out by squeezing it on the corner of the anvil. And same thing, just 90 and 90, 90, 90. And it gets pretty ugly, but then you see how fast it goes back to being smooth, right? Pushes it all out. Some people like to do it on the horn of the anvil. Personally, I don't like it because it doesn't feel solid enough to me. And when you're dealing with these old anvils, you know, if you value them, I don't feel like breaking the horn off of it, so I try to do everything right here. So now on my second heat, I'm going to do a bit of scroll. So I get it started, get it till it's something like that, then I flip it, bring it down. If it seems a little kinked right there, I put it at the edge of the anvil like this here, bang it in, tightens it up till it looks like what I want. Then more of the same. Bring it in. If I see funny kinks like that, I just fix it up in here till it looks right. Sometimes I have to go to the horn. And there you go, a small scroll, the size of my hammer, made from 1/2-inch square bar, or sorry, 1/2-inch round bar, and tapered and scrolled in 2 heats.